Our second question is, how do you strike a balance between informing on suicide versus sensationalizing it? Eileen, what would your response be to this?
Thanks, Kayla. That's a great question, by the way, and I would say a difficult one to answer as well. The first thought that comes to mind is it's all in the delivery, right? How do we deliver that message? I consider information that's factual and has the purpose of providing information to be something we want to do with a purpose. So when we're informing people and we provide something for a reason, for a purpose around suicide, we tend to show some discretion, a little bit of solemnity around the topic, treating it in a serious and concerned manner, versus what I call sensationalizing, which is when you hear people describe an horrific situation, horrific suicide attempt over and over, focusing on the more horrific aspects, the sensationalized facts that go along with it, rather than the problem, the situation, and looking for solutions. And so that's kind of where I break that line between the two areas. And it can be a very delicate line between the two. And so it is important to get information out to individuals around what's happening. We need that information. We need the numbers. We need to know who's at risk. But what we don't need is to be bombarded with gory details over and over and over. So that's kind of how I think about that.
Thanks, Eileen. I would also just add that, reports that are inclusive of suicide prevention messages. The reason I'm telling you is so that you know and that we can avoid this situation in the future. Stories of hope and resilience, talking about risk and protective factors, and links to helping resources. So it's the and. This happened, and this is what we can do to reduce this in the future. This is how we can support survivors. This is how we can support family members. So it's really, I echo that. It's in the delivery, and then it's also in the content.
Absolutely. And I always try to remember that the media is a business, and they're in the business of making money. And so sensationalism makes money. So again, like you just said, Micah, that context of that message, who's providing that message and what's the purpose? Great details.
Interesting. Thank you.